Captain. All the latest home videos in beta and VHS.
Aye, some so current, they're still in theatrical release.
Help yourself, mates. A chest full of video discs.
No!
What good are they?
Can't record on them.
They're not compatible with my system.
Captain, this was locked.
Stand back.
Open that up.
Gather around the buckles and feast your eyes on this. Make all the illegal copies you want. Put it on.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, I'm so scared.
The memories I'll never lose. 1,000 things I'll never use. I should throw them all away. But not today.
In the bedroom, there's a touch of roses in the air. But when I turn to find her, she's never really there.
I like cream pies as much as the next guy. Oh, don't say it out loud. Oh, okay. Let me make a cream pie for you, okay? Then you can try it. See what you think. I do not want to taste your cream pie. They taste great. I can guarantee it.
You've tasted yours?
Of course I have. Haven't you?
No! I've tasted mine. I didn't like it.
I've tasted mine, yeah.
I liked mine.
You found me beautiful once.
Honey, you got real ugly.
お前ブルース・スプリングスティーンの五感に酔ってるよな。
言いたいだろ、ブルース・スプリングスティーン。
じゃあ3回言ってみる、ブルース・スプリングスティーン。
ブルース・スプリングスティーン、ブルース・スプリングスティーン。
言えてねえから。
言えてたろ。
Cream pies. Everyone loves them. Comedians, baseball players, even protesters. Cream pies are a rich American tradition. And also delicious. My mouth's getting wet just watching her eat that cream pie. Asians know electronics and fish. But Americans know cream pies. Except for them. God bless cream pies. And God bless America. And China, too.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Fantastic Comics Presents. My name is Yule. I own Fantastic Comics, the YouTube channel, and Fantastic Comics, the comic book store in Berkeley, California, open Wednesday through Sunday from 12 to 5 p.m. Come on in. We have our downstairs open, which we have perusal of back issues, Marvel, DC. I just put some Battlestar Galactica and Planet of the Apes that Marvel did back in the 70s. Really, really nice condition. And a lot of the first and early issues. So, that kind of stuff. Plus, New Comic Book Day is every Wednesday, since we're open on Wednesday. And Marvel, DC, and other companies. Although I will say, as of this moment, UPS has not delivered my diamond shipment to me. So there's a chance that I won't have Image and some of that other stuff. But, we mostly come in for Marvel and DC and then buy that other, the other items. So it's a little bit of a bummer. It has, it has a bad effect when it comes to trying to sell a comic book later on after the fact. What is this show? This is one of the many comic book shows out there on YouTube, in podcast land, but we only do it on YouTube. And it's from a comic book store owner's point of view. I'm a fan. I've read comics pretty much all my life. I was able to progress quickly in the reading arts early in my schooling career. And it's all because of comic books and Stan Lee and those nickel words that he would throw in there, stuff that really sets you apart from the other, first graders. And I've been reading comics ever since. Superhero, not superhero, indie. In the 90s, the indie comics were autobiographical. I really, really liked those things. And, before that, it was, like First Comics, Comico, Pacific, Richard Corbin, Dave Stevens, that type of stuff. And that's the kind of information that I try and bequeath upon you, the viewer, the live viewer, the sometimes live viewer, the sometimes after the fact viewer. Hello to you also. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for hanging out. If you have any recommendations or comments that you want to join in the show, you can do it live on Tuesday at 8 o'clock in the p.m. Pacific. And if not, afterwards, you can leave a comment down below. Leave a comment. I want to be able to read them and say, this person has a gripe about what I said about a certain person. Maybe I was talking ill about Tom King and you don't agree. Maybe I said something anti-Bendis. Am I an anti-Bendis? I think I am. And I proudly wear that on my sleeve. A little patch they make. Anti-Bendis. He has done some great stuff. But anyway, this is our 94th episode. We do this every week. Haven't taken a break, but the magic 100th episode is coming up, and I feel there's an explosion, an eruption waiting to happen. So very interesting what will happen around that time. So stay tuned. That would be a big show. Let's see. What is this? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about anime. We're going to have Max on the show. Max is a customer of mine. He worked at a comic store back on the East Coast, and he's pretty knowledgeable dude, and he's wormed his way into my heart, and I want to share him with all of you. Why don't I get that going? Anyway, he's pretty knowledgeable. He knows. He is one of those guys that when you have the trivia contest about comic books, he can bring up a couple of really good ones so that, you can really make sure nobody wins any money in the end. Maybe he'll share that one with you. He also has a few points of view that I was wondering if I couldn't get from him as far as the Image Union that's open, starting up or trying to start up. And we're going to talk about Kill La Kill. Max is has a podcast called Anime Death Ray. I listen to it on Spotify. I'm sure there's other services you can listen to it on. And he said, "Well, why don't we talk about that show since it's a little bit more mainstream than one my my podcast talks about." And so I sat down and watched the first 3 episodes. I pulled a couple clips, and we're going to talk about his podcast and all sorts of things, and maybe look at some comics that are coming out tomorrow. So let's pretend this is an... Oh, well, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Sorry about that.
All good. I'm muted like grandpa. What's up?
Hey, Max, how's it going?
Everything's great. I'm loving life right now.
Okay, we're gonna keep it down low because Max has a newborn. How old is that kid?
He is 9 months as of yesterday. He's doing good though.
9 months.
He sleeps,
Damn.
baby. He sleeps. He's got a little tooth popping out now.
Really?
Yeah. It's fucking freaky. But
Yes.
he sleeps, man. He's slumped. Dude, just watching him. I got the monitor right here. See?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the monitors. That's a big deal.
Oh, they're nice now. They're nice now. They used to be
They
these
just
shitty...
keep updating them and everything.
Oh, dude, I'll sometimes grab this thing. I think it's my iPhone. No, he's good. He's out, dude. That's gonna be me in like 2 hours.
Excellent. There is one comic that I'm going to have in the store tomorrow that is independent, and that's going to be Gemini Jump, which I got.
Cool.
This is by Larry King. He does the interiors. He wrote the story. Perch
Wait,
helped him with
the
it.
Larry King?
The deceased, the recently deceased Larry King. I like the black and white, and it kind of looks like
Wait, not really dead Larry King wrote that.
No, but someone unfortunate, I guess, to have the same name.
Yeah, you got to do like Larry J. King or something.
He well, I mean,
he's dead, so I guess it's like free reign.
Well,
That man probably jumped for joy when Larry King died.
Possibly. I mean, maybe he was down. He was all RT-TV, right?
Maybe.
Is that what it is?
What's RTT?
Or RTV, Russian television, right?
Oh wait, do you think he poisoned them?
Oh, I have. Well, I mean, Larry King, how he stayed as alive as he did for as long as he did,
and then he just up and died just like that. It's got to be the Russians.
He still had like his show on that for like a couple of years.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
so.
they just had a bunch of stockpiled interviews that.
No. I think he was a contributor for like a couple of years
after he died.
No, before he died. But this is a different guy altogether. Yeah, I know. Jill
Larry King.
Jill said, "Where is everyone?" I agree. So let me say,
draw.
Well, this will be a good after. People will be, oh my god, these people are talking about Kill la Kill. Well, to all of you people, I say,
Sup?
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 Hello.
What's up?
What's up, everyone?
What's up?
Hero
everybody?
Falls here. He's ready to do some work tomorrow. Many back issues for all of you to enjoy.
Wonderful.
Diablo Hashcraft. I got
Diablo
my comics in
Hashcraft
the
is
mail
always
yesterday.
here.
Excellent. I have some more. I wanted to split them up so that you, in the next shipment, you'll have a few others to check out. So I didn't want to
mail order customer. High five.
Yeah, exactly. High five. Oh, so we were saying before, what are you drinking today? I'm drinking some Scotch whiskey.
I'm drinking some Jim Beam in some Pete's coffee because I got to finish an episode.
You're editing?
I was editing. I I lost track of time. I was editing so much. It was so much fun. I love editing this like audio stuff.
Okay, so let's start off. Max, you have a podcast called Anime Death Ray with your buddy.
Anime Death Ray with my buddy Chris. It's where we set our sights on an obscure or strange anime program, and we fire some hot takes, some cool critiques, and we just have some fun with it. Because anime has just been running like fucking wild for the last like 20 years. Like
all I keep hearing is how much anime or manga has been kicking American comics ass for so long now.
Oh, it's just on another level. And then on top of that, just the output is just incredible. It is just like full networks worth of TV series, just like blood just being chunked out by all these fucking apps and shit. So there's all it's like there's no fucking content control sometimes. It's like nobody rereads any of the fucking scripts they make, and they just like boom, 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 put it out. It's fucking crazy.
Okay, so there's
but it's like a comedy. But my show's like it's a comedy podcast, like where two dudes overanalyze like something stupid pop culture shit. We're just like pet buzzards, like feasting at the carcass of anime.
And you
and
say
it's,
you're
and it's
taking
fun.
obscure ones. You just
I try and go out of my way to pick obscure ones, but for this, we wanted to talk about like something that just like people know or people can easily access. But I just mostly go through like the Funimation app, or I'm just like looking on the internet for like there's just like nobody cares. People just put this shit up for free. You can find whatever. If you have a favorite anime show, chances are there's like tons of little sub shows and comics and spin-offs. Everyone's their own fucking Marvel universe. That's why it's on a different level. You know what I mean? Like Dragon Ball is one brand, but it's also just one fucking universe, and they make all this content for it. Same with a bunch of these other ones. Pokemon.
Right. All right, so I was listening today to the last episode of an actual anime that you were talking about, which was called Geno Cyber.
Oh, you listened to Geno Cyber today? Bless you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Geno Cyber was one of the fucking wackiest ones we watched. Does anyone in the chat know Geno Cyber? Anyone here listening, watching?
It might be a whole afterwards thing. We'll see.
But there's like Geno Cyber is just like fucking crazy goddamn 90s anime that just got bootlegged over by an American company, and the people recording the audio, they just had no idea what they were making. So it's just a bunch of like genuine actors. It's not just like the Funimation union of like 7 or 8 voice actors.
That's how cartoons used to be. I remember the G.I. Joe and the Transformers people, with the exception of that fast talking dude and Scatman Crothers, they all sounded the same.
Well, it was like there's a lot of Frank Welker and stuff. Cartoons are rotten with that guy, but I mean, like, I don't know their fucking names. Maybe 100 episodes from now, I'll bother to learn some of these dub actors' names, but they're all just all the same people. But Geno Cyber was wild. Geno Cyber was like, it's like your buddy brings it over on a VHS. It was one of those shows.
It's like Contraband is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's like the
like
Mount Rushmore
anime.
The Mount Rushmore of like weird VHS anime is like Akira, fucking Ghost in the Shell, Geno Cyber, and like there's probably one Ninja Scroll.
Is this like a time frame? Like
like that early 90s. Yeah, 90s, like before they were putting anime on American television.
How does that compare to, and I'm not saying that this is what you review, but I mean there's still like hentai and stuff like that.
We don't watch. I mean, we don't watch.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is that tentacle stuff is pretty out there too, you know.
Oh yeah, no. Oh,
so this is the tamest crazy stuff there can be. Or the
Geno Cyber?
Yeah.
No, the violence is off the charts, dude. The violence, it's what it lacks in like sexual pervasiveness, it makes up for in ultra gore. Like there's like slow fucking decapitations and like skull fucking and all this fucking terrible, just mass violence, slow violence, bullet violence, fucking like rotten.com. Remember rotten.com? It's like that level of violence. It's bad.
No, but I can imagine.
I didn't go there, but there's some kid in the library looking at it. Yeah, right. I wasn't the one typing it. But fucking yeah, Geno Cyber was a hoot. It's actually like pretty well done. And watching it's like kind of a trip because if you get it, you have to get it online, and it's got the VHS lines and everything like that. Yeah, so our first season is 10 episodes of, and some of the stuff is like, it's like, oh, if you know anime, it's like, oh, I know that one, and I know that one, and I know that one. But this show is kind of like for people who like anime, but aren't going to watch clips.
Oh, yeah, sure. Do you want me to go in order?
Which one? Yeah, play the
Video
one. Play them in the ones I sent. In the order I sent you. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
You stupid, ignorant fucking piece of shit.
Okay, so what's that in reference to?
That's Genocyber. Play it again. Come on.
Okay, so
Play it again. Play it.
This is now the thing about Genocyber is you were saying that everybody is really, really rotten to each other.
Oh,
they have,
yeah. It's
especially
just about...
the bad guys. They have no compunction of telling you that you are the biggest, whatever.
Oh no!
You can imagine.
Oh yeah! No, that's all. It's full of slurs and whatever. But this is just a fun. This is a funny example of like the lack of, again, the standards and practices are different, and the people who were recording this did not know what they were recording. I promise you.
Here we go.
You stupid, ignorant fucking piece of shit.
I can watch that a million times. I'll always fucking laugh, dude.
Do you remember what that's in reference to?
Oh, yeah.
What's he chewing him out for?
So, do you see his big robot thing in the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing almost killed a bunch of people because Genocyber is like on the ship somewhere. Genocyber is like a nuclear bomb. It's kind of like Astro Boy. You know the concept of Astro Boy?
Not really.
Astro Boy is like a mechanical little boy who's like got the power of the atom, right? And the atom is like means like a different thing in Japan. You know what I mean? It's like pure destructive.
That's how they would look at it for sure.
So Genocyber is very much like a walking WMD in that sense, but still somehow the protagonist of the series. And the whole second, it's like three shortish movies, like hour-long movies. So it's like a 3-hour movie, I guess. Like more like 2 hours, 45 minutes. The second one is just a straight up send up to the thing. And that one's that thing. And that big monster robot eventually takes over the whole ship. And it's super fucking violent and hilarious. The second one is like it's like a bad sequel. The first one's like a really cool, solid, just like solid story that stands on its own. Sci-fi, cyberpunk anime about a human cyborg psychic thing that just gets out of control and fucking Hong Kong gets wiped off the map. The second one is like the bizarro sequel that turns into like a haunted house slasher aliens thing homage. And it's fucking great. And then the third one is totally beyond Thunderdome. It's totally like some like in the far off future, like people worship Genocyber and there's an evil corporation city. It's so fucking, it's well worth checking out. I wound up becoming like kind of a huge fucking Genocyber fan at the end of it. And just with that dub, like it does not need a redub or anything like that. I hope they just keep it that way forever because they've been redubbing some stuff. Like Evangelion got a redub. I watched it. I can't really like say which is better. I don't know.
There's a lot of people out there that are worried about, let's just say, prudishness of America and maybe not translating properly or maybe even just kind of acing out part of the story and stuff like that. There's some fucking landmines, dude. The show we recorded this week we had to just like totally include just like a trigger warning before it because we were just like, this is like kind of a fucked up show. And we watched this show and we were like, my buddy called me after watching like an episode. He's like, how many of these have you watched? I was like, I just watched the one and I thought it was fucking rotten. I thought it was terrible. And I told him that as I was watching it. And he was like, it gets so much worse. And I was like, fuck, this is just like on a streaming app between like like Trigun and I Love You Cupcake Bye-Bye. Like, and then in between there is this show with just this like totally fucked up content. Like, so I don't know. And in some cases, like shows like Evangelion, Netflix gonna Netflix, you know what I mean? But so
I think part of Genocyber's like appeal is that dingy grunginess of it, and nothing in it. Like I said, the dialogue in it isn't too bad. It's nothing. It's no worse than you'd see in like a fucking R-rated movie or whatever. So
right. Well, what about like? So we're not going to get into it just yet, but Kill la Kill. There's a lot of.
Kill la Kill is like the Naked Gun. Kill la Kill is just pure, absolute parody.
Sure, but if you aren't as into anime and this is your first exposure, you're gonna look at it and go, "Wow, that's some pretty out there stuff."
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's kind of like The Simpsons, kind of like an old episode of The Simpsons sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, man, it wasn't that long ago.
Depends on what your clips you shine. I wish you knew. I wish I knew what clips you were about to show.
Yeah, well, we're gonna show the clips that you sent me first. So here's the second one, and I don't know if there's sound. We'll see.
Oh my god. Oh no.
So I'm assuming the reason why you have that is because they're slapping the hell out of each other.
Oh, dude, it's two high schoolers. Just that is from a Ghibli film. That's from a Studio Ghibli film.
Oh, really? Now, when you're doing your reviews, are you doing the entirety of the series?
No, it's
or
usually
just a little.
we try and focus on one episode, but every now and then, if it's something that was just easy to digest, if it was just like 6 episodes or something like that, or like you know,
Right.
like Genocyber, like it was like 2.5 hours or something like that, we can talk about the whole thing. But like every episode is mostly like half hour to 40 minutes long. You know,
Right.
most of the time it's more like 25, but it's like it's a short podcast. We got a bunch of other cool shows too. We have the
Wait. Don't say
okay.
it.
Okay. All right.
So the Studio Ghibli, what movie is this?
Oh, yeah. This is Ocean Waves, and we did an episode on this, and this is like it's like an hour and a half ish. Not an hour and a half. No, what am I talking about? It's like an hour long, like teen drama.
Right.
But
you need
in
subtitles at least on that.
Well, no, they dubbed it, but I
Right.
watched it. I watched the subs of that one because it's a Ghibli film, and they those teens, man, that's the part of the show. That was the part of the movie where I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like they just started just wacko. Oh,
It seems like those old Hollywood movies, you know, that Tracy and Hepburn, where there'd be like some moment where they're like slapping the hell out of each other.
It feels authentic. Well, it's just like you'd also see that image just like outside of a fucking IHOP somewhere. It's just like
you would, but
that's like that's like that's there's a rawness to it. There's a transgressiveness to it that is interesting.
Why does the Japanese cartoons, anime, manga, why does it seem to be so we're so worried about the minutia of who a person is here in America, it seems, in comic books. But these people are making comics that are like just super out there and in every type of way, you know? What's
I don't
the
think
difference?
comics are just like the juggernaut that they are. I mean, there's like when you talk about the content, it is and the popularity, but it's still like I don't know. It's treated like kind of niche. You know what I
The
mean?
Japanese are well, not in Japan though. In Japan, it's like, you know, this is like
Yeah, I mean,
a major deal. It still is.
I can't tell you.
We
The
always
cool thing,
do this.
the cool thing about our show is that Chris lived for like 2 years in Japan, and he also lived in Thailand for a while too. So he has like a lot more insight on a lot of that stuff than I do. I just know that that the content, the standards and practices are just a little different, and I don't think it comes from like. I think I don't think it comes from a fear of like. You know what I mean? It's not like that's not where I put the blame for like why the content's different. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say?
I don't know, man. You always hear about like Asian culture, you know, our perception a lot of times is how guarded or how like, you know, solitary it is and all this other stuff. And yet they're making manga and anime that just like blows. I mean, sure, we do Pixar movies, you know, sure, we've got Disney making movies, but one Disney, Pixar, or whoever company is just going to do another version of something they've already done. And then the anime just, of course, we're looking in America, we're looking at the hits, you know.
It's still very niche. I still think it's just kind of niche. A lot of this stuff, it's.
I've always had friends that liked anime, always liked manga, more than me, but at least I was experiencing it, you know.
I don't know if I really fucking love this stuff. You know what I mean? I love comic books and I love but this stuff I'm just more interested in sometimes. Like that's why I'll only watch like a couple shows or stuff like that. And in the stuff that I really enjoy kind of just it's more like every 5 series that I watch, I'll like watch maybe like more than 1 or 2 episodes, but I'm still interested in it because it's just like I said, there's so much of it that comes out, and it's so it's none of it's root. It doesn't have to be rooted in reality at all. You know what I mean? It can be like kind of The Simpsons. You know how you watch The Simpsons and it's very surreal sometimes, but it's still but it's not, but it's kind of like the most surreal thing fucking ever on TV, on like regular television. It's kind of like that, but it also like jumps into like different genres. That's how I think of some of these shows that I enjoy. It's
All
fucking
right. So,
wild.
what do you like more, television shows, anime, or movies, anime?
Can I blow your mind with a trick answer? I prefer reading manga. If talking about like stuff that I really enjoy, like I Chainsaw Man was like one of the coolest fucking things I've read in like the last 5 to 10 years. It definitely makes some sort of like top comics I've read, or at least really memorable ones, even if the story is kind of like generic at points. But yeah, that show is going to be super fucking popular when it comes out, which is soon. But that comic's already really, and it was such a succinct story, and it was a good origin story, and it was a long, drawn out origin story. And at the end of it, this kid is Chainsaw Man. It's cool. People know Chainsaw Man, and he's this weird horror superhero. Thought it was fucking awesome. And then I read a bunch of other ones. I read this one about just this penguin that lives with a family. It's just
is that Pun Pun?
No, it's not Pun Pun. Pun Pun's like Swedish or something like that, I think. No, this is I could be wrong.
Is it?
I think it is. It's like Scandinavian of some sort. No, this is called The Emperor and I, and they just find this emperor penguin in their icebox one day.
Oh, he's really a penguin. I see.
Yeah, it's like a real it's like slice of life. Slice of life is one of our favorite genres that we watch. So anytime we're watching like a slice of life thing, and Ocean Waves is kind of slice of life. There was a bunch of and for people who don't know, slice of life is just like people doing stuff, people doing chores, and like going out to eat.
French movies.
Yeah, going to the movies or something like that.
movies.
And sometimes like silly things happen and stuff like that. Or people go on vacation, you know. It's kind of has this reality TV appeal, but it's animated, I guess.
Right.
That's good.
So you are actually in between seasons right now with Anime Death Ray.
Yes, I am.
And you have been doing one shots on characters from Marvel's oh god, I'm blanking. Marvel's Ohatmu, the official handbook of the Marvel Universe.
Yes, but I'm the unofficial handbook to the Marvel Universe. So we've just been it's our fun little sideshow. Like I said, I love superheroes, and Chris just fucking knows nothing about them. And those official handbooks are, I think, some of the best things Marvel ever published, because it just treats their characters so drat serious, you know, and it has those wonderful pinups, and it just came out at a perfect time in comics where you're just reading just as much as you need to know about the fucking like Submariner or whatever. So we did 2 episodes so far. We did an episode on Star Fox, who's the problematic Avenger, and then
the second problematic Avenger.
Second
most.
You are right. You are yes. But we don't talk about it.
It was just a slap. It was just a slap. You know, I mean, seriously, this was harder than what Hank Pym did, and she did it first here.
Oh, dude, we can talk over that. You said we couldn't talk over that. Yeah,
I love that we can. That was amazing.
That was great.
I wish we could have the others.
Oh my god. Yeah. So then we did Drax the Destroyer, who is just wild in comparison to how they present him in popular media. The actual character of Drax the Destroyer is bonkers.
Now, Drax. Now you're reading from Ohatmu, which came out in like 86 or 87 or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, do you, since you know Marvel and comic books and stuff like that, do you also give a little bit extra? Like, you know, he's not like this, like the movie character, and not only that, he's changed from what he's been in the comic
Yeah,
books also.
at the end I usually I'll do 10 depending on how interesting the character is. I'll just go a few minutes over and I'll just talk about where that character's been lately or some fun facts about the character.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? I forgot that I had to be on screen in order to make this happen. I didn't invite that other guy anymore. No, I'm just joking. That just was, we didn't think we'd get in trouble being silly like that. But I don't even know what it was that we were watching. I can't wait to find out tomorrow. Or maybe we'll find out in a few minutes if that person dares show up yet again. Max and I were in the middle of talking about Anime Death Ray, his podcast where he reviews with his buddy Chris off the beaten path manga anime out there. I was asking him some questions about whether or not he liked movies or whether or not he liked television, and he said he actually liked manga. What is your favorite manga though of all time, Max?
Dragon Ball, baby.
Dragon Ball. Okay.
I love Dragon Ball because it's got that creativity of one person just making it up as they go along, and there's no, sometimes it's better to not start with like a universe, like not build a universe. Sometimes it's better just to build a story and then the lore comes afterwards or whatever, and then it fucking just doesn't stop, But yeah, man, Dragon Ball's the best.
Well, funny you should talk about Dragon Ball because we're going to talk about Kill la Kill.
Oh yeah, well, Kill la Kill and Dragon Ball have a fucking lot in common.
Well, that's what I was kind of without knowing too much about Dragon Ball, I was trying to hint at that.
Yeah, some of the shit in Dragon Ball is not up to standards and practices at all.
Punk Garment Geek says it was probably that ongoing racing anime on the screen. I agree.
Punk Garment Geek, you are so fucking right.
If the thing is I like to give this guy a little bit of extra rope to hang himself, and you know what? It was probably tied to my neck also. So.
It's all good. Me too, baby.
So let's talk about Kill la Kill. I have some clips.
My God. Hold on. Can I explain just the basic premise of the show first?
Oh, for sure.
Kill la Kill is like it's like a parody. It's like I said, it's like The Simpsons. It's like The Naked Gun. So there's two types of anime mainly, right? There's shonen and there's shoujo. Right? Shonen's mainly for boys. But anyone can like either of them. That's not what it is. Sure. Shoujo is, it's for girls. It's more closer to like an Archie or like old romance comics or something like that.
So what would that be like? In between Ikoku and Ranma 1/2 and stuff.
Yeah, in between all those genres, there's different subgenres and stuff. This is a show that has a shoujo concept when you explain it. It's about a high school and there's a hierarchy at the high school, but in the execution, it's totally this weird dystopian shonen thing where they have magic school outfits, and the animation is just crisp. The first 6 episodes are fucking solid. That's something, and I'll tell you something. One of the things that I just love about the animation, when it's good, it's fucking good.
Can I show a clip to maybe
go for it? I don't even know what it is, but let's roll the dice.
So this is our introduction to, is it the headmistress of the school, Satsuki?
Satsuki, Kiryuin. Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Fear is freedom. Subjugation is liberation. Contradiction is truth. Those are the facts of this world, and you will all surrender to them. You pigs in human clothing!
You picked that. Oh my God, what a great clip you picked. I love dude, I'll sometimes, when I'm pissed at someone, I'll sometimes call them. I'll be like, oh, that fucking pig in human clothing.
In wrestling, I kind of feel like that's what Rhea Ripley needs to be like.
Oh, that's such a good call. And the costume, oh my God, dude, she could fucking rock that shit with some epaulettes, like a Lady Vaulter, dude.
Oh yeah,
please. Sure. Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. And
I remember.
You know what my favorite thing about Satsuki as a character?
Uh-huh.
her fucking giant caterpillar eyebrows. Did you see her fucking eyebrows?
Yeah,
they are just like huge. That's Kill la Kill. There's never not. It's like Austin Powers. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
so
there's
in the first episode,
that's probably the closest thing it's to, if I had to guess.
Austin Powers.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so
totally.
In the very beginning, there's a kid that's like trying to blow up the school.
Yeah,
and he thinks he's gonna like step up to like
he's gonna steal an
guy.
outfit. He's
like
gonna
their
steal an
proctor
outfit.
is gonna come by and say, "I'm gonna."
There's like the discipline.
The
well, and like in Japanese high school, like the students manage themselves. So someone's taken this dynamic of like you have a class president, you have like a person in charge of this, a person in charge of that, and they've like totally like filtered it through like this gonzo fucking concept. So yeah, they have this discipline chair. That's the first character. That's kind of the first main character you meet. He's like in charge of punishing the other students, and he's this fucking pain daddy. He's hilarious, and he's just this like roided out teenager. He's got like a pierced ear and stuff. Like,
is he the one with the spikes on his?
He's got fucking spikes
right in front of his pelvis.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he gets his powers from when he's like being like bound up and stuff like that. It's
really?
It's hilarious, dude.
Okay,
and
well, you know that
dude, that show
like a disciplinarian for sure.
Oh, dude, that show just gets so bananas. By the end, it's just like so abstract and just not real. You're just laughing and you're just like, what the fuck am I watching? It's hilarious, dude. And it's almost 10 years old, I think, too, coming up. Call us a 10th anniversary special.
So that guy gets kicked out of school and I don't know, killed or something like that.
Yeah. It doesn't, there's so many. It's just when you watch it, it makes more sense. It's totally surreal and doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like in The Simpsons, like someone will get fucking launched out of a catapult and then they'll show up in the next scene and they'll be fine. They'll just have fucking twigs sticking out of their hair.
We have to accept stuff like that.
Yeah, there's no point
because like
it
our
doesn't.
Hero, who I'm gonna introduce us to in just a moment, she gets knocked all over the place. And
right.
I mean, like
nothing matters.
Hundreds of feet away. Yeah.
Nothing matters in this show but the jokes and the gags and like some of the twists and stuff are fun and they elicit that feeling that like anime gets from you sometimes where it's like, oh, this character fucking is teamed up with this character. And fucking mass media is copying all that shit to a T.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, I think this introduction to Rico is a really good example of the way they do their animation. Also, they have a gimmick that they do over and over again, and until I get bored of it, I think it's really fantastic, and you'll see it right here.
Fucking awesome animation, right?
Yeah, because they still do some of that. All right, so the thing about anime a lot of times would be the constant still shot and maybe speed lines going, but nothing else moving, and you know, tons of dialogue being thrown in by American actors who don't know anything about what they're saying, even in the 80s, you know, and stuff like that.
Totally.
This show is borrowing off of a lot of that.
I'm gonna break your heart a little bit. First 6 episodes of the show, perfect, crisp animation. Then it just like, okay, then I'll say next 6 pretty good. The ones after that, not so good, and then they come back, and then it comes back, and it's pretty good. The last couple episodes.
Well, I mean, you can see that in things like X-Men, the animated adventures, you know, and stuff.
Oh yeah, well, that's just
it really wasn't good to begin with, and then as each season, you know, went along, it got worse and worse.
I kind of just want to watch the last episode of that show. I'm kind of obsessed with watching last episodes of TV shows.
Well, you know, X-Men is coming back.
I know. That's kind of why I just wanted to watch. I'm not going to watch all those fucking cartoons. But
I can't get through them, but I'm going to try again.
Terrible.
I know, but you know,
what's worse?
Better than X-Men now.
What's worse? What's worse? The X-Men cartoon or the Spider-Man cartoon?
Ooh, the Spider-Man one, because they do the marriage of computer animation, and it's so bad at that time.
It's really bad.
So Ryuko, is that how you
Ryuko
say her?
Matoi?
She's wonderful. She's this high schooler. She
has
a mission.
She's got a mission. So this show is all about clothing and the secret, sinister relationship between humans and clothing
and nudity.
And nudity. Yes, there's lots. It's all just like for gags. It's literally not. It's pretty funny. Every time they do it, and it's done in such a way that's like, well, I don't know. I'm depending on what you see. It's done in such a way that's like almost feminine, almost feminist, because it's just like it's
taking control of your. People see you and they lust after you when they see you that way, but you're like taking control of it, and not until you're like fully embracing that aspect is your suit gonna work for you.
Yes, you have to have
it's
no,
like you gotta
have
really
to have no shame, and that's kind of a gag. And it's also just like when it comes to like boys stuff like that, it's like why does the opposite way offend you? Because it's presented in sort of just like it's presented in the same way of like, this is how I have to power up. I don't want to do this, but this is how I have to like be powerful enough to beat these bad guys.
So the big deal about this program is this clothing that the headmistress,
the school. So they have these star outfits. If you have one star, you don't really have that many powers.
Oh wait, what's Ryuko's friend or Seth? Yeah, Ryuko's friend's name. Do you remember?
Oh, Mako Mankanshok, and she's friends with just like a dirt level like student, and the hierarchy is very, and she's just a goofy sidekick.
Let's let her say it. Hold on a second.
The uniforms here have amazing powers, and if you get one, I hear it's awesome. You get all like superhuman and stuff. They're called Goku uniforms, and they go from 1-star all the way up to 3-star. Our student council president, Satsuki Kiryuin, hands out Goku uniforms based on a student's abilities. Long story short, they're awesome.
They're awesome.
So you get your powers from your school uniform. If you have no powers, you don't got one. You just got to wear some stupid little outfit. But it goes all the way to the top, and you got what, like three to 4 stars, and then Ryuko's got like a special kind of like Venom school suit that talks to her. And that's where she gets her powers. Do we got that?
Yeah, so she bleeds accidentally.
Dude.
So Ryuko carries the scissors around.
Or she's got these scissors.
It's big and long, and it's red, and it's a deadly thing.
It looks cool, right?
Yeah, it looks cool, and
because it's like those old scissors. You know how old scissors you could like break them apart.
The thing I'm thinking right off the bat, because every time she defeats one of the people that have some stars, a little red thread comes and kind of wraps itself around her.
Yeah.
Kind of like she's Highlander taking off that person's power.
Her suit, her school suit eats their school suit.
Right, and her scissors is kind of like she's
they got their
or something like that.
The way they get their powers is the fibers. So getting into the nitty-gritty, the show just like boom, 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 throws this shit.
Oh, and it's slowly, I mean, you get a lot of information throughout each episode, but it gives you the backstory and slowly builds up the legend of all those things.
It's all for laughs. If you can understand Futurama, you can like understand Kill la Kill and like have a laugh at it. And
so in her father's secret basement, she actually cuts herself and bleeds on the ground, and it activates.
Is that a sailor uniform?
Don't leave. Put me on! Put me on!
No! You perv!
Wear me and feed me blood! I don't want to go back to sleep!
You talk? Sailor uniforms don't talk!
You're wasting time! Don't be scared! Put me on! Put me on! Put me on!
My God.
All the little kids are like...
No, rest assured, when I watched that, I was just like, what's happening here? But what is happening there?
What is happening there? It's like you said, Venom.
It's Venom. So. It's Venom. It's silly. It's abstract. It's fucking weird.
I like the way
Nose.
Every time she's wearing like that suit is activated, but she has to bleed. The eye kind of like rolls back, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool designs on this show, and it's a funny show. And
Right.
It's like a lot of moments that make you go, huh, "What am I watching?" But
I specifically don't show you the final transformation, but what we find is
you can do it.
No, it's not that. I just it's a good teaser, for anybody that wants to go. So it's both on Netflix and on Hulu. I was watching on Hulu.
It's on every fucking. I don't know why, but this one show for some reason is on.
Right, and it only ran for a couple seasons.
But it's one of those shows that just ends. It's one of the and those are my favorite types of shows.
Now there's a movie that follows everything,
but no, it's just one episode.
This one, okay, very good.
It's just one episode, so it's just like 25 episodes, and you got to hunt down the 25th episode. But you don't need it to have the end. But it's also not. It's a nice little end to the whole thing. But it is one of those ones that ends, and I love those ones. 25 episodes ones. I'm trying to think. There's Cowboy Bebop, which is the fucking greatest television show of all time. There's this. Trigun's got 25-ish episodes that are really good. Outlaw Star. I'm probably thinking of Samurai Champloo. That's another one. That's good. Oh, I'm sorry, House.
What about Fooly Cooley?
Fooly Cooley's good. It's only 4 episodes, though.
Oh, really?
Fooly Cooley's more like a movie. Fooly Cooley's like Gino Saiba. But Fooly Cooley is excellent. Mm-hmm. Again, very abstract and weird.
These are the only reason why I say that is because I have a friend also that likes Cowboy Bebop, and he's in
Cowboy Bebop is not just the best anime of all time. I think it's the best fucking TV show of all time. It's so good, and they do so much with so little. And here's my issue with that live action show is that it's just going to be like unnecessary backstory for some of these characters when they're supposed to just be archetypes. They're not supposed to be like fleshed out characters where you're supposed to know everything about them and know the lore and their power levels. What the fuck ever. You just know the archetype of who they are, and that's why you can like kind of plug and play them into any sort of story, and they're great. So, like for instance, the main bad guy is named Vicious.
Uh-huh.
And in the anime, that's all you fucking know about the character. He's got a big sword and a bird, and he used to be a gangster with the main character named Spike, but now they fucking hate each other. And that's it. And he's climbing the ranks to become the best gangster. You don't know his backstory. You don't know his fucking real name. You don't know where he comes from. His name is just Vicious, and that's what he is. And it's fucking great. And when the character just says the word vicious, you know it's. I can't put into word. Has anyone anyone watching this? Has anyone watched Cowboy Bebop? Am I the only one out of this whole fucking group that's watching
chat right now? Anybody out there watch that, or at least the Netflix abortion that is the
it hasn't come out yet.
It hasn't yet. So everybody that was able to talk about it, their embargo was lifted, and almost everybody coming out and talking about it says how horrible the thing is.
Because it's an art,
it's a shallow reproduction of something.
To quote a quasi needle mover, the arms are too short to box with God, because the show is that fucking good. You know what I mean? I highly recommend. If you haven't seen it, they just put it on Netflix. I cannot fucking recommend that show enough. And after you watch that show and realize how beautiful it is, you have to go to my show, listen to my show, Anime Death Ray. And if you don't like that show, and even if you don't like my show, you got to give me a 5-star review.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Even if you don't listen, give me a 5-star review.
I know
just go to your
one
favorite
thing
podcast
about
app.
Cowboy Bebop, and that the music is fantastic.
The music's great, and the show's kind of like about music. Like each episode kind of has like a music tone and quality to it. Be it like there's a heavy metal episode. There's an episode called Sympathy for the Devil, which is one of my favorite episodes in the whole series.
Is it all bluesy and everything?
There is, yes, it's very bluesy and harmonica, and there's
to me, it's very much like if a person is out there that watches the Venture Brothers, and how the music is so powerful, and he does all sorts of different types of music, and that also.
The Venture Brothers
sometimes overpowering, but
the Venture Brothers is a good example of that, of like that sort of archetypal These characters are archetypes, and eventually the Venture Brothers kind of like bought into its own gimmick and started like making like kind of, not that it wasn't bad, but those early episodes of that show, and every episode is like a trip to a new sort of like 60s ish like Hanna-Barbera universe.
Oh yeah, all Johnny Quest and everything.
Oh yeah. Like Cowboy Bebop does a lot of that stuff where it's like this episode is kind of like a horror movie, and this one is like they're fucking space cowboys, and this one they're, you know,
so they're doing odes to other things in that.
Yeah, and it's got the designs on everything is super Blade Runner and good. The technology and stuff. And it's a very plausible future, and it's a world where people where kind of like all cult, it's really cool where like Earth has expanded to, it is a wonderful outlook for the future. If we can get to the Cowboy Bebop future, we're actually doing okay. And it's kind of a little bit of a dystopia, but it's still really fucking cool. I love all the designs and stuff. I can't believe I'm the only person right here, right now, who's watched Cowboy Bebop.
In here, I don't know.
No one in the chat says that they've watched it.
Well, you know, I mean, it's again, it is hard for American audiences to wrap their head around anime/manga. I have, like, when you're in the bigger cities, you know, you have seen more people over the last 10 or 15, 20 years reading manga, whether it be yourself or other people. When I worked at Comic Relief in Berkeley, again, it's in Berkeley, a college town. There's a lot of people that aren't from here that read manga. You know, they would read manga. And it also depends on like what's hot during that time. You know, Takahashi was like really, really popular. Is that the right Rumiko Takahashi?
Yeah.
She's really, really super popular. The Lone Wolf and Cubs were coming out. Those are really super popular.
Man.
But you know, beautiful. Those were the early days, and then there's a little bit of a lull, and it seems like it's coming back. Let me
continue. Goku. I want to just you can call anime cartoons. It's okay. You're allowed to do that.
Well, that's what it means, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, that's anime is animated and manga is comic.
Yeah, and graphic novels are comic books. You know,
that's
comic
right.
Books are graphic novels.
So, Goku is the name of the outfits that the kids in the school.
Goku is also the name of, if you know anything about Dragon Ball, it's the name of the main character.
Was he like a Superman equivalent Goku?
Not initially, but then when it turned into Dragon Ball Z, Akira Toriyama wanted to do more like sci-fi stuff as opposed to like fantasy stuff. He went from being like a magic little monkey boy to being like a Kryptonian from outer space. Like that's why he's a little bit more powerful than everyone around him. But but he's like, you know, man, he's kind of like Superman in very much in the sense of like he's kind of like a pure character. Like he doesn't want to kill people. He wants to he believes in like the best of people. And there's a cool thing about him where people he fights tend to become his friends at some point. So there's a lot of like face turns, as they say in the biz. So that's kind of why I think a lot of people like Dragon Ball is because of those like face turns, and then the occasional heel turn, which is like, fuck,
I thought it was for the 20 episode in a row battle or something.
Oh, dude, well, there's they recut that show. That shit, but that's why I say it's my favorite manga, not my favorite anime, because manga, you know, it's like turning a couple pages, and in the anime, that's like 5 episodes for like the 3 pages you just turned.
Right.
So it's, you know, it's a little better, and the art's wonderful, and the action's great, and it's just classic.
So going back to Kill la Kill really quick, we can end this. The Goku suits are what the kids in the school use, but there's a different type of suit, and that's what our hero is using.
Yeah, they're wearing these like symbiote.
What are they called? Kamui or something like that.
Kamui,
and we're finally gonna see in like the 3rd episode, Satsuki. She dons her outfit, and we've got this clip right here. It's like really powerful.
There's a lady trying to get changed here. Get out, you peasant!
Lady Satsuki, you're not really going to try the Kamui on?
I'm not just trying it on. I am fulfilling my ambition.
Please, milady, if you put it on now, you might not survive it.
Calm yourself. Clothing is meant to be worn. Take my blood, Junkets. It is the eternal vow between you and I, the crimson thread of our covenant.
Lady Satsuki!
Hold your tongues and watch! Ask not the sparrow how the eagle soars! You aspire to nothing more than the shallow thoughts of commoners! I will not allow anyone to beat me to my own ambition! My will is absolute! A kamui is just clothing, and I shall make it bow to my will!
Dude, it starts one place and you're like, oh, what the fuck is this? And then by the end, you're just like, what the fuck is this?
In the next scene, we'll see what she looks like. But let me tell you guys, these are some outrageous outfits. And the first thing I thought about was, oh my gosh, I wonder if there's any cosplay of it.
Oh, goodness. Yes, there is.
It's wild. Let me tell you.
Oh, God.
The cosplay is crazy. I like this series. I thought it was really, or the first 3 episodes that I saw. I like the animation. I really like the style of it. I don't know if other people are doing that kind of stuff anymore, or
it's kind of just like, you know, these good anime series. They're like fucking shooting stars. You never know when they're come through, and just like. And like I said, this one doesn't have like a manga based on it, so there's not going to be like 300 episodes of this. This is just like one series, you're done. Honestly, like a lot of these episodes have the feel of like those old comics where one episode tells one story. If you watched the first episode of Cowboy Bebop and you didn't watch the other ones, you would actually have watched just like one really good piece of animation that was a whole story. And you don't need to know anything else about what came before, what's going to happen, blah, blah. It's good.
Well, I remember all the anime that I watched when I was younger. Everything was episodic, whether it be like a Speed Racer or for me, it was like Dirty Pair, City Hunter, that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, though, you know, Dirty Pair ain't got fucking nothing on fucking Kill la Kill.
No, but I mean... at the time, it was pretty out there. I mean, the shorts were pretty short, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But Kill la Kill, it's like just like little. I remember Donna Troy in New Teen Titans when they're at Garfield Logan's, you know, palatial estate. And he gives her and Coriander bikinis to wear or swimsuits, and Donna Troy says these are. You call these swimsuits, they look like strings with gland conditions.
Fucking Garfield Logan, sex pest.
Sex pest, right there. There's a lot of that going on in Kill la Kill, though.
Yeah, but it's all, like I said, it's all in the pursuit of like defeating your enemies for some reason. It's not.
Well, I mean, the father, we find out that he's bandaging our hero. But when she wakes up and sees him panting over her, it looks really bad.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, he's like a Homer Simpson looking motherfucker. It's hard to take any. For me, man, and maybe I'm different. It's hard for me to take any of this shit seriously.
What? Right. Well, you know, again, I guess your level, you know, your mileage may vary.
Worse shit on the local news. No, there's worse shit on your Netflix account, man. Trust me.
It was on Netflix. I watched
and this one's on your Netflix account. So what the fuck? You're paying for some of this shit. So you just don't know it.
Might as well watch it. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Totally. That's what we used to call it. Japanimation. All the time.
Gets the point across. But Anime Death Ray is my show with my good friend Chris. We talk about anime every week. Some of the fucking weird ones. So if you like those movie podcasts like How Did This Get Made? Fucking We Hate Movies, Blank Check. This is like that, but just for anime. And then we have our other show, The Unofficial Handbook to the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
And we also did a bunch of little shorts talking about the Star Wars Visions cartoons, which were very good.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
this on the same channel?
Yeah, those are our Anime Death Star, which is a little offshoot of Anime Death Ray.
Very good. That's
yeah,
cute.
some of those cartoons are fucking really good, and they're by a bunch of just really well-known animation studios. One of my favorite fucking series that came out recently, Space Dandy, and that one you kind of got to dig for, but it's like Cowboy Bebop with a little bit more Futurama, and every episode is like a different sci-fi concept done in a fun, cute little adventure. Really fucking good.
Space Dandy.
Space Dandy, yes.
All right. Yeah.
It's my other recommendation. But a lot of these ones we do for my show are ones that we don't recommend. Or we're just like, holy shit, what was that?
So eventually the Overfiend will make an appearance.
Dude, the fucking Overfiend. I made an Overfiend joke on Twitter, and I was just like, oh, whatever.
Whatever.
Dude, the Legend of the Overfiend. Oh my god. Nah, maybe. Depends on how far we get. If we get to like, if we start getting money from this stuff,
right? Then you're gonna have to just pump those out anyway, and
we'll
you'll
do
get
the
to
Overfiend, man.
Yeah.
We're done. We're down.
Have you got shirts or anything like that underway?
No, we just got we just have a fun Instagram and Twitter where I post fun clips and screenshots and clips from our episodes and links, handy links, and stupid fucking musings on. Oh, I fucking harassed Paul Gozer for his stupid anime video with him killing AOC. You guys, everyone must have heard of that.
Oh, I don't know anything about
the United States representative that some like I presume he didn't make it, but someone else made a video of him.
What is it, like a video? And
it's like Attack on Titan, on Attack on Titan.
something?
Yeah, it's like Conan O'Brien. You know what I
see.
mean? But it's a bunch of Republican senators and representatiors killing a giant Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in anime form. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I was just like,
look, we should all let's as politicians, I think they should all get together and agree that the only time they retweet or like or have one made of these type of things is when it's like over Double Dare. You know what I mean? So if it's someone throwing a fucking pie at them, no big deal. You know what I mean? If it's slime getting on them, Cortez or Cruz, no big deal. But I mean, let's try and keep the decapitations to a minimum. Maybe the police violence and stuff to a minimum.
Oh my god!
When it comes to
seriously.
our political leaders,
maybe, yeah,
no,
maybe just...
no triggers. Or
targets.
Shows you what I know about guns. You're aiming the thing.
Everyone's laughing at me.
Hey, I'm tired. Kick off, man.
I gotta get going, but this was super fun. Check out my show, guys. Anime Death Ray. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Overcast. We're on fucking anything. You just look us up, Anime Death Ray. You can find a link. You can find all that good stuff.
Thank you very much for.
And even if you don't listen,
out, Max.
Thank you guys. Love seeing you guys as always. And even if you don't listen, give me a 5-star review. I'll love you forever.
That's right.
Flat out. Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. Everybody stick around. I got this to play for you. Wow, awesome. Thank you, everybody, for... Sorry. Wow, awesome. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around or actually coming on in. I think we were much more well attended on the second part of the show. Let's see what people said. Here we go again. Let's see. Yeah, it was the anime. Fantinium's finally here. Yeah, exactly. There was a funny thing about getting in trouble for an anime from 10 years ago. I agree. You never know what you're going to get in trouble for and I mean, get kicked off for also. I mean, Like, who really cares, right? Who really cares? Hey, let me finish this. It's just a little bit. All right, let's talk about some new comic books that are coming out. For those of you that don't know, we have a Patreon page. If you have a couple bucks you want to throw our way, there it is. You can do it monthly or a one-timer. We have an interview up with a very secret comic book creator. The idea was that you were supposed to guess along the conversation that we have about who this person is. I haven't done another one since. And I haven't done anything as far as like talking about the store on the thing because I'm doing everything right now, and I know it's no excuse, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. So let me turn this off. Let me bring up some pictures, and we can talk about Batman number 117 coming out tomorrow. This is James Tynion's last issue. Jorge Jimenez on art. I'm not sure if it's 3 or just the 2 issues, but they make a nice little picture between the 2 or 3 of them. And I haven't been reading this last storyline because I know it's Tynion's last bit. Williamson is going to be coming on for about 6 issues. There's no guarantee on who the next Batman team is going to be, but there's people out there people are talking about. Next up, we have Primordial number 3. This is by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. This is about space race and the monkeys that didn't die up there. And I didn't read the second issue yet, but it's been selling very well. And here we have a 3-issue, or the 3rd issue coming out of this, I think, 6 or 7 issue miniseries. Next up, we have Not All Robots by Mark Russell and Mike Deodato Jr. I have talked about this a lot. This is one of my favorite miniseries that's going on right now. This is 6 issues. This is the 4th issue. It's a satire about robots that run our lives for us, basically. And they're sick of dealing with us. We see it from a bunch of different people and different robots' points of view. And it's all coming to a head. Moon Knight number 5 by Jed McKay comes out. This has been a pretty good series. I feel bad that the 3rd issue sold out as well as it did. It was a minor appearance of a character that was being introduced, and a lot of speculators came out and got that issue. But nonetheless, I've been selling the other ones pretty well, and this one comes out tomorrow. Next up, we have the variant cover I'm going to show you. Babs Starr, she did a Batgirl back in the day, and here she's doing the variant covers for this Robbins miniseries. This is the workout Dick Grayson. This was there was a DC contest, I guess, through social media, whether it be Twitter or Instagram, and people were voting through brackets, not unlike March Madness, about what comic they wanted to get made from the choices that were out there. This was one of them, and having a whole bunch of Robins in the same place, sweating and working out. I don't know. I think this ribcage back situation looks really funky. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Next up, we have Superman, Son of Kal-El. This is the 5th issue where we're going to finally see John Kent come out as bisexual. And he's going to hang out with his buddy here. And there's going to be a couple of covers to check out. This is one of them. Overall, the story's been pretty good, where Tom Taylor's telling a story of this kid taking over the Superman mantle. His father's out in space, probably never going to come back, and he's trying to learn what it is to be a superhero in this day and age. And there's a lot of conversation about how Superman isn't, he doesn't stand for truth, justice in the American way for anymore. It's more like truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. So he's the world's Superman, not just America's Superman. Josh Timms, I think the guy's name is. He's been very, very good on art, though. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Tom King's miniseries about Supergirl with Bilquis Evely on art. This has been likened to Jesus, I can't remember. It was True Grit. That's the one. It's likened to True Grit. I don't know why, because I haven't read that or this, but people are enjoying it, and I thought I'd let you know it's coming out. And last but not least, Wonder Woman Evolution. Stephanie Phillips on writing. She is all over the place right now. I have been probably more lukewarm with her stuff, but Wonder Woman's a cool character, and Mike Hawthorne's doing the art, so I am looking forward to it. I didn't show any of the other stuff that's coming out like through Marvel or anything because I only got my order a little late and I couldn't confirm everything that was in there. But suffice it to say, there's a Spider-Man and a Star Wars and some other things that are in there. But no Hulk #1. I know we're all waiting anxiously for that one. That's probably another week or two away. And those are some of the new comics that are coming out tomorrow. If anybody didn't know, I am a part of a podcast called Sci-Fi and Fantasy Read Along. We are doing Philip K. Dick's The Three Stigmata of Palmer Eldritch, which will be starting to come out in the next few weeks. We just finished Slaughterhouse 5 by that one dude. Oh, that's what tired. I've been up all day. Kurt Vonnegut, of course. And this is something that is pretty exciting to read, and I'm really happy that we're moving on in the series that we're doing. And yeah, it's I really am enjoying studying these books in a deeper, more thoughtful way than I probably would have if I was just reading them for the first time. You know how you read a book, you read it, and maybe there's some things you like, but you don't really pay attention. This is really giving me, cause and pause to, really pay attention to what I'm reading, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And I'm only 2 chapters in. And of course, ATN, you're welcome, of course. And everybody that came back, you guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Berkeley, Philip K. Dick is a Berkeley High alumnus. Yeah, I've heard stuff of that. Let's see, anything else? I think that's about it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Next week, I'll try to keep us all on a very even keel, not get kicked off, and hopefully I'll have some time to splice these 2 episodes together so we can put it out as one. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.